Yes. Platform? You guys pick Android Switch? Select the platform. Hardware and the camera. Get some. Oh, no, I think. Yeah, to iPhone. It's not on iPhone anymore. iPhone died. Try it out. I'm gonna iOS. You're gonna cover iOS. It's really no. So if you go to Go and then his wife. Project here has here and then Phil installs. So this thank you. It's like two, like, yeah, I'll check that out. They need the iOS. So I downloaded. It was also weird because they have a web. Yeah. And I thought of the completely everything you need. No. So go to there and check out.
So dark down there.
I searched so yeah, yeah. Good. We got set up. Oh. Yeah, go ahead and do the outro thing and all that stuff. We'll finish getting people. Yeah. Give a quick shout out to the provider of all the they're just side, but they donated for us. Wanted to thank them for enabling all the great night things we're making. These number of different viewers for cardboards. There's several, so take a look at the things that are available. You can take out some of them. A head strap built, which is actually by Google their devices. So I want you to put other people. We also have units, which cardboard, Samsung. Those. We are streaming. You can't make it. What you can do with these is actually set and 360 degrees. If you want to have exceptional to YouTube for San Diego live stream yourself. Watching it and
yeah, that's meeting today in collaboration with the San Diego Educator, and we are going to schedule a game so August 5th, 6th, and 7th. So if that's interested in here, welcome to more information that I have here. However they contact basically. That's as far as information that would be showing. In the past, about 50 cents, but we're 100%. You don't have to stay there and go home if you want. Come back a couple hours. You can go do anything. Welcome to this community from there and this here. And as soon as that door closes, walk out. Lock on it, so you come all the way to the door because it's the only one unlocked. Okay. Restroom, all the way at the end of the wall, you'll see the. Okay, you can't. That's pretty easy, and that's it.
thank you. I guess I'll talk for just a minute while we're getting set up. So I've already talked to a bunch of you out there, kind of getting everything installed. That's going to be the hardest part of the night. The project we're going to build is pretty simple. Just going to do your own pick. If we have to add whatever, but setting up is going to have been up here. Hopefully, everybody. If you're on board, whether you're on Iowa, this little package, which demos the Android SDK and bottom there's a little 100 stuff, so and free asset there.
I guess go back to this. Who is able to build around and all right, who is the device? Like building to or a phone, iPhone or Android. So we got that's going to be to that point dropping in, like I said, a relatively cardboard project, building it and putting it in. I already skipped back ahead. I've got 4 slots. I downloaded the for this and grab them now. Yeah.
So the project than the other download instructions. So I don't know. Go ahead.
Sorry. Has sample SDK talking about I forget which one there was
And card.
Ryan cardboard.
Right. Yeah.
Is that
SDK different than that?
I think it's the same. Okay, yeah. So if you download it, good to go. I'm real quick through putting up. Then we'll go. Everybody can actually, and then once that's done, going on there, we'll add project right out of there and open up new Unity. I did it slow. All right. Cool. So already you can just check, give it a name. Okay, let's so name it cardboard. And you'll be able to. This is and if I go over here, right click, bring up a little dot, and hit create. Just make a new folder, make a so the folder. I can click in what's inside. Got kind of a little browser. Double click. Add file. Go in C# script there. You can see a little preview of the code over there. But the other thing I can do and make a photo folder. This so following along and make a photo. I'm gonna go in and see where are my pictures. I've got pictures. Cardboard folder. Assets. Just grab a couple, and I can actually straight from the finder them right into this. So let's get import some. See the pictures pop up in a minute. Go to this folder. I don't all of cheerleading. So here, if I have a little preview, I can also in a minute. On the left, it shows everything that's in your a scene level or a loading scene. It's like as a level for most games. Just have one here. You see this titled 5.3. This only in 5 here in the top. I have a there and a light. That's just what I get out of a new project with the 3 box at the beginning. If I the middle, that's unit save. Sometimes it crashes. Right now I'm running the latest. We're gonna crash. Usually. So you'll see the list of and a word. over there. It's a normal file system. So if I go up into the middle, it shows what your player will see or what will show on your phone or console. Or the view here for edited mode, that's it looks off a little grid there. If I check the box, it's actually a toggle. You can just right button, mouse click, and use WD, just like I would in first person shoot other editor. So just WAS and Q and E down. I can go around. I go over here. Like the camera is actually there, and this little box showing what is in front of that. There's a little camera. So I go. So a box. This is super done Unity. So make sure it says a little bit around the edge. So to create a game object or an object. Problems with this too. So anyways, all this is crap.
So feel free to link to
The non gameplay is kind of clear. Bit of, on top of that, physics work, rendering stuff is done. The hardest part is knowing where the editor. Like if we have a game, it's we really have to do is drop in the camera, which you see, handle, move the camera, and then also render our work around it. Scene of objects, everything else done for. Like using a server instead of an engine, think of a web MVC frame. So definitely want to keep using it because those who really want to school, they want to build games, and they building their own engine. Never actually get with Unity. You games. I built 8. So I built our games in hours. Just drop more about hooking things up. Have code lines, but they're all fully walk around, move, because all the hard. It's more just hooking things up and plug together. See if it crashes again. Oh, that's not. Oh, okay. The right version. Anybody else have questions? So I'm going to react again. And normally crash because I'm doing a demo. It's going to keep crashing. Not on this crappy laptop. I never have problems. Never have a problem. Okay, I'm going to do a real basic intro to a game object. I'm just going to add a cube on the camera. So if I look up in the menu on the 3D and pick, you see a hierarchy, which is our scene, appeared in the middle of the scene, and go mode. There. If I select the cameras, right at the cube around, you can see in that little. I moved it. Now the cube is there. Move it up close, really close, going all the render. Cube and do fit. Move it around, view, and rotate it. So all tabs in the editor, you can another monitor, rearrange side. I'll put my another screen so that while I'm editing things. Then if I drag in here and rolling around, line up what we wanted. If every loaded the I loaded into where Usually it's like a big package and one or two things unselected. Most of the time, everything. See what this does object down here. So we'll have those under there folders.
This package
The official one, Google DK. So plugins folder, the plugin specific devices got iOS and x86, and then we folder the scripts, and docs too. The other thing we're gonna do on screen assets, import another package. This is the second in there. And iOS, you need to import the iWord package, hopefully. So as the card community, open up, see there's a scene and a ground plane. So we're doing this, grabbing this one, everybody can and do stuff, customize if there's a problem. It's to the card scene. There's with this little icon file. I have this D scene. Click that. It's gonna save my cube. I'm gonna hit New. Got a nice cube in it. Start menu. It is made with question. Didn't make this one, no, but yeah.
count as main.
So that's the difference here. It's a cardboard main prefab comes with the stereo. It has the left camera and the little for the middle.
So on the other, so then this main,
Right.
and then camera or
To the cardboard folder and the prefabs folder, there's actually a main in there. You see, delete the camera off this in.
like
The
you know how would I like
figured it out. I've seen it looking at. So I said, and then kind of drill down, figure it out. There's no easy indicator than because you can only expel, so you can see if there's a camera there. If I click through indication, it's in the scene, 2 cameras. So with this, absolutely nothing. Just opened up, they're doing a build. So the switch forms this slow converting. And then went to settings. And open the platform. If you're a platform, you don't. The little that one word instead. Oh wait, you okay? So demo scene. It means this add open button here. Okay, so if you select the other one, delete on the keyboard, it'll remove the main and add this.
we can do with the Xcode.
Code issue. See the problem. Yeah.
I actually did it twice, and it says it's already there. You know.
Okay.
I mean, how do you get it?
So what,
Okay.
so what do you do?
In there now. Flip. Okay. So go to here. So once switched, I'm gonna go to settings. It's gonna open up here. So on the right I hit player settings, I get a couple of things to set a buyer, be able to, otherwise you're going to get an error saying there's no bundle. Really have any part com dot something. So that you might be the other two resolution and for the decantation landscape. Yep. And with oh, it's right here. Pop up. Yeah. So make sure you hit the left. Then run, and I'm just gonna this work. Oh, and I need this has to be calm. Anything you want, another dot. Well, without special kit. Yeah, no commas or periods.
So we are
Anybody that has been able to, there you go. That should work. Okay. Anybody that has to help people.
You know what? Can I use
Okay.
everybody's giving us should be what the open season, so it should
Make sure you yes.
I can play the one.
Yeah. Planes. Or you can just drop it. Good. Oh yeah. What would be the other one? We just get rid of
asking me, it says processing.
Oh, really? Did you get all this crap to work? Yeah. It took a while to. Yeah, if you ask me step by step, what did you do? What is it?
So I want to figure out why does it change the colors?
Oh, it's probably some.
Where is it?
Where is it? Tell me.
What is the color? What does the color mean?
That's the particle system. That's not it. It's probably. No.
So what if
What are you trying to do?
figure out why does it change the color?
Right. When you have the aimer thing.
What is that set?
For sure. Code.
What is the
Well,
Undo. You play around? No. I went to one workshop. An actual scene thing and you worked a game and you put it to your phone and that was my one thing I remember from that thing is saying, well, it's not easier to just go to the asset store and put down $300. And then this guy, and the guy sold this take on the actual $1, $2 $1,000 or something like that. And he's got 3 or 4 of them. Every single piece. This asset, there it is in the game. He didn't create anything. All he did is make the game.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
It's not just what you can do, but it's no-brainer, easy that you can get a game and you make some decide. You know what you're doing. Buying apps is the way they call it. If you catch it, really cool game about this chicken running around, either getting its head cut off. Like that. It's really cool. Yeah. That on you, black and white.
I didn't go.
I'm looking for black and white chicken game on my phone.
Oh, you know.
I'm trying to sell some stuff. I'm being watched.
I'm not sure.
You're being watched.
Last time I looked, you're in
No, I'm just
Because there are a lot of characters there who don't really know how to interact with people. So they'll get up there and they'll be presenting. People in the audience will be like reading them angry questions. Like, why didn't you do it like this or that? Yeah, sometimes I'm just sitting there like pretty much. But, I don't know. For the most part, you know, it's like.
So it has you build anything or just go over like theory?
I just like right? Unity is
Okay. So they present anything good? He wants one for his wedding.
Don't do it. It's so noisy. Like the guests will hate it.
I want it for the rings to come in.
It's a terrible idea.
I want them to draw like
Terrible idea.
and I want to follow like from the no. It's a horror story.
If this says cut his hands in a concert, one pushing blood because he tried to catch the drum.
I mean, that's not a smart thing to do.
Alright, but you're going to be catching the ring.
No, I'm gonna park it down.
Park it.
No.
On top of the hoopah, I'm gonna put an
Wait.
age. Daniel, I got an
Very
idea.
much for that.
Daniel, we're gonna put a big H on top of the hoopah.
So what do you go too. We're trying to.
I saw this on Sunday and hey, this looks like fun.
I received a call on Sunday.
Saying,
Tuesday, you're my day.
gonna go in there.
I don't know how much longer. My old phone isn't even compatible. So,
I've always wanted to be able to put some stuff on the cardboard and play around with it. As soon as we learn,
Just put a cube from there.
I mean, even looking at a cube is, I mean, if I could do anything, some trend.
Oh, hey, try again. Let's see.
You're pushing it right now. I don't think you should. You know, there's so many roadblocks, and so many shit that can happen. It really wasn't.
what was kind of like the biggest problem that you just weren't expecting? Because there's some that you know.
Like we need it. We need a prototype hardware that you know to be able to get people excited about. Right. Waiting and pushing that release date. The first mistake was trying to make plans around the release date.
Was it Meta?
Yeah.
That guy, I don't know. I just watched his TED Talk, and he really rubs me the wrong way. Like, there's something about his demeanor that just makes me very much.
He's a millionaire, whatever, millionaire, young guy. Who's a lot of
Is he just from family, or did he make?
no. This is not him.
Yeah. Okay, he was in Colombia. Yeah. I don't know, there's just something about his demeanor in the TED Talk that it was very sales. Yeah. Very sales. Yeah. Yeah. Although they actually built something that works, so I can excuse them. I guess. No, my background was electrical engineering. I've done a bunch of software stuff, and I'm working on my college. I've got a product that some AR type stuff, and some sensors, photography. Yeah, so for a little while. No, I mean, so basically the idea is for photographers, like especially photographers, and
He's a target audience right here.
oh yeah, what kind of photography? Okay. Do you like any videography using like the gimbal stabilizer?
Well, I personally don't have one, but yeah.
So the idea is it's superpowers for photographers, and like the idea is in situations where you're trying to photograph people who are moving around or action, and sort of like figure out between those things. So you can use it to adjust a lot of things.
But why would you go backwards?
For zooming, it's a little tough because you want it to be framed nicely also. And so there's a lot of, and so this is where actually the AR stuff comes in. Because on the glasses, what I want is an overlay which shows sort of the point of view of the camera so you can actually see what you're framing it. So you hold it up, and you can actually see sort of like a bounding box projected back into the world of the thing that you're about to photograph.
So most of them are hardware switches, means you can kind of bring your own phone.
Yeah, or one of the things I was thinking of is like, you know how a lot of times you hold down the button halfway to focus? If you're holding the button halfway and you look at a few different things, it's sort of frame around you. So if you just look at one thing and hold it down, it would zoom in. Or if you look at two things, it's kind of zoom out and try to like capture all of that. So you could use like your eyes to sort of like roughly frame. Yeah, with people who are doing real cinematography, they actually have a second operator pulling focus. It's like the second. So if you don't need a second operator, exactly. So, but the thing is that it's video.
One's probably too small. Some of the desktop ones you fit inside, but it's basically based on your comfort. So if you can fit it in there, this
White balance.
you can do it, but it's a problem for a lot of
There's more effective. They're gonna feel that you control this thing with your eyes. They're gonna get.
Yeah, the idea is like you can't control things on your eyes because you need it to operate. So there would be a button where it's just like a half focus button. It's only when you intentionally look at you and then you look away again and have a bottom. But yeah, with like, people mounted cameras, because you can't touch the lens on it. You need like a remote. And so yeah, it's like gimbal mounted.
It's like
Focus speaking. No, that's what kind of camera?
The 6300.
Okay.
That's 4K.
so is your idea to be like superseded by like advanced features and cameras like
I think that it would be complementary to that sort of stuff. So,
around putting that sort of function.
You know what? Maybe
yeah, I mean, the way that I see it is like the way that it uses object tracking would be so like you could select his face by looking at it, and then the camera would take over and track it. And then you look at someone else who's the camera would see this. So that's one of the big things is you want that nice smooth track. You don't want to So you would like look over there, and then and then you could look away and keep it in focus.
But another thing that I've noticed that I've been able to do is just stay on my own.
Yeah.
That gives
Totally manual, so you're actually like, does it like load up and you look for it?
no, I do not get one out, but I go
Oh, because it has
my other camera, I have a black lens. I am still here speaking the lens that I use. Completely manual. And I have the whole rig on and the follow focus that you can just stir away. I have the wheel.
and as far as I know, no one doing series. I haven't talked to any serious cinematographers who use
I just started using because this one is just really amazing. I personally love it so far. Yeah, but with this one, it's so easy that I can be more out of it. It's awesome. This one does 120 frames per second, which so that yeah, we have the rest.
Kidding.
So, and I did. So this is 4K. And this is 120. And it's slowing down now. Yeah, I can just I saw how there's a stage. It's all spring wood.
Yeah.
So it actually doesn't hurt. It just it goes down. Which
We do
She looks really old.
No, bagels.
Because I put on my head.
Have you seen the devices they have?
I do have one. I have one private.
Yeah.
That's also, but it's still missing one other axis.
Two axes, yeah. One axis. But eventually they'll get the linear. I mean,
Well, DJI just came up with it.
with the 4 axes.
Yeah, they added, basically added just a spring mount.
Yeah. Well, a little shot.
The DJI also, I don't know if you saw the camera. It looks like one of those came up with a ball on top of it. You connect your iPhone, and that's the camera. And they just added the extra adapter.
Let me show you guys a couple pictures.
This is why it's good meetups are a little. Like we're entirely task at times.
The picture of this camera, the quality that's out of it. I added the rig and the whole cage. Thank God I did because I dropped that. The guys from Mars. They dropped the look. It actually, nothing happened to the camera.
Kind of like a iPhone didn't but also
I use it as a yeah, I use it for microphones.
The way this thing actually started was and what I wanted was GoPro that was used, so I can actually start the things. So I'd be like riding around and it's just put together and zooms in, and you have a lower resolution.
Alright, so it does zoom in on a certain portion of the wide angle.
It crops.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't zoom on the cameras. It zooms in. Like Photoshop. Right. So that was the the original. And I'm still kind of interested in that, actually. But
also supporting the camera, some camera SDKs too.
yeah. In fact, this camera has a great API.
Zoom control.
Focus like you can connect to Wi-Fi and programmatically send it instructions. That's what I was doing here. I've got a Sony and
NEX.
NEX 7.5.
The brick.
There's a 5 and 5 levels. So I've got that hooked up over Wi-Fi there. Like a living and so
Window. How come when it does your navigation? What's that? How come when it does your navigation? Yeah, there's very much. You're telling me something that I don't know much about. There's another one. Phobia. Something with the word phobia. Trying to get to the art class. I think it's going to be necessary to make really good art class.
they're getting better. Like the ones that I got were $700 in Kansas City, but soon they'll
Right. Some that are like good for kind of research studies now to track. Yeah, because the rest like there's motion sensing technology or something like that. Where you're looking, where you're looking at commercials.
yeah, the market stuff is big, and then also research sports, like hand-eye coordination is big, but I think yeah, it's exactly what
That's cool. That's cool.
Absolutely.
What motorcycle do you have?
SV650. It's a cheap Japanese bike. So Suzuki. Yeah, I took it up to LA last weekend to take a like an advanced rider's course to try to like not quite track stuff, but do it sort of full control. They told me it looked like it got to the apocalypse. It's a really shitty bike.
So you heard this Scully?
Oh, Scully.
Yeah.
You made me sign up for.
Yeah, there's a camera that's looking in the back. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
That was a good.
Downloading the app.
I guess for this point, it might have been enough. I guess we just assign text your time your cue when you get home, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm actually going to try later. I wasn't.
Brian, you're wrapping up, right?
Well, let me see. Wrapping up. I want to.
Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck talking to like
there's a very cool sushi place here where you order through the iPad and they just deliver it to you. It's super delicious.
I think that's a big place.
No, it's actually very, very cool. And it's actually
There's a dessert place like that.
oh really? Oh yeah, I saw it. I deserve.
Wait, that's right.
So
Yeah, okay.
I mean, now I wouldn't ever go to Italy to eat. I wouldn't.
Right.
Thanks. We're actually going to do a little bit more. You can
Obviously, those meetings, but we're going to do some more building of. Here.
Okay, a couple. So if you are done with building out the demo project, I'm going to show you real quick how to add in some of your own stuff, and then go back to helping everybody else who still isn't able to build. So let me get this ready. So you saw earlier when I dropped in pictures, right? So if I go to the project view down here, go to the photos folder, I've got 4 pictures. Does everybody have some kind of pictures that they can use that wants to follow along? Better question, does anybody want to put pictures in their thing?
Yeah.
Okay, a couple people. So, to do that, all we need to do is, first I'm going to create a new scene. So I'll go to File, New Scene, and then I'm going to go to Game Object, 3D no, first I'm going to do this. First I'm going to go to the cardboard folder, open up the prefabs subfolder, and there's this cardboard main prefab. When you're in the demo scene, you would have seen this cardboard main at the top.
Wait, did you do new scene first and then you're going into cardboard main?
Yeah, so I File, New Scene, and then I just have a main camera and a light. Then I go to Assets, Cardboard Prefabs, and you'll see this cardboard main here. I have it expanded. If I take that and just drag it into the hierarchy, see it just kind of appeared there, and the position for that thing is 0 on the X, 0 on the Y, 0 on the Z, over in the inspector. Then I'm going to click on the main camera and just hit delete. So there's only one set of cameras in there. The main camera would be rendering for our normal game if we're playing just on the device, not in 3D. The next thing I'm going to do is go to Game Object, go to 3D Object, and I'm going to create a plane. So here you'll see I got a little plane. It's kind of right in front of us, and I want to adjust it a little bit and move it. So the first thing I'm going to do is select the rotate tool. So with the plane selected, pick the rotate tool and grab this little red line so that it's kind of standing up straight. So if I just hold the mouse down on this line, it barely looks red. I can drag up and down to rotate it on the x-axis. And the value that I want, if you want, I'm going to pick whatever this one is, and I'm going to take it and just drop it right on the quad. So I just grabbed it, drag, and drop it right into the scene onto the quad. And then for anybody that doesn't remember to split these out, I just took the tab, grabbed it, dragged it, and docked it over here so you can see side by side. So now you see in there I just have a picture of my oldest son playing on something on the computer. So the next thing I'm going to do is add another one off to the right. So you saw before I went into game object and 3D object and quad to make one. Actually, I'm going to do that again. So I'll go game object, 3D object, quad. And here I have one at a semi-random position. It's actually kind of in the middle of the scene view wherever I was looking. So for this one, I want to set the position to 2 on the X, 0 on the Y, and 0 on the Z. And what that's doing, if you look from above, so remember, right mouse button, hold it down, WASD to move. So you see the camera's right here. Looking forward, I see this picture, and looking to the right, I see this other quad. Where right now I'm seeing the totally flat side, or not flat side, the thin little side, so I can't actually see anything. So I want to rotate it. So I can do that by dragging this little green line, or I can just go into the Y value and type in 90. So now if I go down to the camera's point of view and I'm looking forward, I see this. If I look to the right, I'll see this other quad. And then for that one, I'm just going to take another picture, drop a picture on there. It's kind of hard to see. Some cheerleading competition. The next one I want to do is a duplicate. So I'm going to select quad 1, hit Control D or Command D on a Mac, and that's actually going to make a copy of it. The copy is at the exact same position. I'm going to scroll out a little bit, and with quad 2, we just added a 2 at the end because it's a new name. I'm going to change the X position to -2, and see it went over 2 meters to the left. Now if I go down over here though, you'll see that I can't actually see anything, and that is -1.99. And again, from the camera's point of view, I can't actually see it right now because we're looking at the back of it. So I want to rotate it on the y-axis 180 degrees, just turning it all the way around. And now if I'm at the camera's point of view, I'll start by looking at this one. If I look to the left, I see this picture. Keep going, and I see the other 3. So with that all done, all I have to do is hit File, Save Scene As, and we'll create a new folder for scenes. and I'll just name this one 4 pictures. Then we go to, once that's saved, let's go to File, Build Settings, and we want to add the current scene, so add open scenes, which added that 4 picture scene. I'll select the first one and hit delete. Then we'll hit build and run. And now I have the new scene. So did anybody follow along, or did I go way too fast?
Way too fast.
Okay.
Like, I got the first and the second one, but the third one, I can't see it.
Okay. Let's go back over that. Let me cancel this build.
We're supposed to build a demo scene or a new scene?
We made a new scene. So here, I'm gonna start over and go slow. So File, New Scene. So I have a nice empty scene. Now I'm gonna go into the cardboard folder, go to prefabs, and take cardboard main and drop that into the hierarchy here. So I should have cardboard main, directional light, and main camera. I'm going to select main camera and hit delete. So now I just have the directional light and the main camera. Is everybody good here? Anybody need help catching up with this part? No? Good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think this is set up as one. All right. Does everybody have a quad?
1, 2, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to set the position to 0. So with the quad selected, I go over to the inspector area, and in this X position area, I'm going to just select and type 0, and hit tab to go to Y and type 0, and then for the Z, I'm going to go over again and just put in the value 2. So now I have just a quad. If you go to your game view, it should look just like this, just a big white square. Everybody got that? Anybody not have that?
How did you pin the game view to the right?
Okay, so there are 2 tabs. So normally it's like this, right? You have scene, you might have asset store and game. So if I select the game tab, just hold the mouse and drag, it becomes a free floating tab. And I just moved it over to the right and docked it like that.
I just did. This isn't it.
Okay, so if everybody's got that, then you'll need to find a photo. So if you didn't already import some photos, you just need to go to your normal file system. Like I have my pictures folder with some stuff. You just take the picture and drop it right into your project down here. So I created a photos folder. Let me show you how to do that real quick. I'm going to delete this photos folder. So with the assets folder selected on this bottom right area, I'm going to right click, hit create, folder, just name it photos. Then I'm going to open that folder just by double clicking on it. Everybody have a photos folder? Okay. Now I'm going to go find some pictures on my computer. So I have mine in this folder somewhere. The X. We'll go to the Y and we'll set a 0. And for the Z, we'll set a 0. And again, that made it go off to the right. And if I come over here, you can see I can't really see it when I look at it. It's because of the rotation. To fix that, we just need to change the Y value of the rotation to not negative 90. So I set it to 90, and now it's looking at the camera.
How did you drag the photo? Did you drag it to the scene? Or
yeah, so you drag it to the scene view on top of the quad. So if you can't find your quad, you can select it in the hierarchy, put your mouse over the scene view, and just hit F, and it'll focus right on the quad. So if I'm way off somewhere else, I just select the quad, mouse over the scene, and hit the F key on the keyboard, focus right in.
where you drop
So then you just take the picture and drag it, and just release it on top of it. It should give you the little plus icon.
Click on the second quad.
Oh, yes, we don't see the quad. Where's the quad? I think you're on the back side of the quad. Can you move over to the other side of the quad?
right click?
Hold down the right mouse and then use W and go around to the other side, and then turn and look at it. Everybody got 9. The Y.
Why?
Yeah, Y rotation is 90.
Trying to keep up with you.
It's cool. No rush. Everybody got their second quad?
Got one on there. It's like really hard to find.
Trying to move around to find it.
It's like a shortcut, like you drop something into the scene. Like really, like double click it.
Just the problem is you're just behind. Okay. Okay, so you have the second quad.
That's correct.
Yeah. Just hit that. Okay. That one's the original position. What's the that one is too. So okay, they're both on top of each other. So select your second quad and then just change the position. So change the Z to 0 and then the X to 2.
I want to look at that footage of you.
And the Y to 90. No, the Y rotation. There you go. And now if you look, if you turn around in there, it's right behind you. Yeah, when they were stacked on top of each other. Probably okay. Does everybody have 2 quads? Okay, you got 4 quads, even better. Alright, so the other 2 quads, we just, so I'm going to select this quad, duplicate it, and then I'm just going to change the X position of that second quad from +2 to -2, and it's going to move over to the other side where I can't see it, and then I'm going to change the Y rotation to -90, so it flips around. So for your third quad, these should be the values: -2 on the X and -90 on the Y, with everything else 0 for position and rotation.
That's it.
And we'll do one more, and then we'll build and be good. And then we'll fix everybody else.
Someone was one on top.
Oh, yeah, you want to add one on top?
Yes.
So just select one, duplicate it. Instead of 2 on the Z, we'll put 2 on the Y.
2 on a Y.
So that way it's up above. And then we just have to rotate it. So we'll rotate the X to -90.
Simple. You made it simple.
-90. There you go. Now I got one right above too.
And how do I get there to change the image and change the perspective? Right?
You just drop another. Yeah. Get to the suit in front of it, and then just drop a picture on there.
Let's put a picture of.
You can do the same for the bottom too if you want.
I'm gonna look for a picture of your ass.
So I think once you've got 3 in there.
Video?
What's that?
Video? No, it won't work.
Not as easily. You can put a video in
Like if I
here,
put a
and then negative 90 for the X rotation. That puts one right up above, looking down. Yep. Wasn't my idea, but it's a good one. Okay, so once you've done that, just save your scene again. Go to File, Build Settings. If you have anything in the scenes to build that's a different scene, just select it and hit the delete key, like that. Disappear. And then hit Add Open Scenes to just add the current one, which should be whatever you just named your scene file. Once you're done with that, just hit Build and Run. Give it a name if it asks for a name, and hit Save, and it should build straight out to your phone. Make sure your phone's unlocked. Alright, who had problems? Everything worked?
Yeah. Installer.
Brian, did yours work? Awesome. Everybody passed.
Actually, go back. This screen.
All right. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah. Yeah. I'll check with you after this. I have no idea why those errors are appearing. You might want to try just reinstalling Unity too. Reinstalling the SDK. Yeah, I've never seen that either, so it's kind of strange. If you do run into problems at home, though, just toss me.
So on the fourth quad, what was the?
Oh, it was 0 for the X, 2 for the Y, 0 for the Z, and then the
Rotation is
X rotation was negative 90. And that put it straight up above.
negative 90.
Yeah. For X rotation. Okay, so in the UI down here, we've got a bunch of buttons. So if I look at the floor canvas, canvas is like the root of the UI in Unity. And then there's a panel, which is a panel in any other UI language.
So it's not a picture of something.
No, these are actual buttons. So if I look at the different buttons, I can kind of go over and select them. Like this is the reset button, and I can look over here and look at the. So with the button selected, I can look over at the button script. It has a. This
Mine is text.
Is what?
Okay. I'm here.
So I've expanded out to the floor canvas panel or reset button, and over here you can see it has an on click event. So if you guys do normal programming stuff, you'll see like this is just bound to the on click, or it's bound to teleport.reset on this cube object. So if I go to the cube, you see it's got to have a script here. It has a teleport script, and I'll even open that script up. Hey, thanks for coming. So for buttons, all you really have to do is create a new button. Here, this thing opens Visual Studio really slowly. So when you do to create a button, you just go to Game Object, UI, and button. You can add a new button there. I'm gonna drop it into this, the images that are there, that are on the pictures, which is slightly more advanced, but not super advanced. But that's it. Yeah, the binding of the UI is it's not bad. It's just not intuitive at first.
So basically, you can create a game just like using buttons. Just say if you click this one, like a yes or no, you see this, and then you go again.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And if you want to build something that's like just dialogues like that, I would just look in the asset store, because somebody's probably built one where you don't have to create all the buttons, and you just build a little tree of the different dialogues that you want, and don't have to write any code.
How do you, like in the games, like you actually move into the world? Yes. How do you do that?
So in a normal 3D game that's not in cardboard stuff.
No, cardboard.
Oh, on cardboard, you want to actually move around. You'd have to teleport, because you can't. It doesn't detect forward or backward motion on cardboard.
Because there is one on the cardboard that when you look exactly the center of between two walls, it just keeps walking.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it just teleport. It kind of moves forward the direction that you're facing.
That's correct.
Oh, okay, yeah. So to do that, let's see. I'll show you how to write it real quick, but it's gonna make anybody that does it sick, probably. So I'm gonna go into the code folder, just create a new C# script. Call it move forward. And then I just open it up. So when you create a new script in here, it comes with start and update methods, and in there by default. Forward, times time dot delta time. So what that's going to do is it's going to take the transform, which is that object that has, or the component that has that x, y, and z position, and it's going to translate it, which is moving it in its own forward direction, multiplied by the amount of time that's passed this frame, and you do that so that it goes the same speed no matter what frame rate you're at, because it's going to, every time it calls, it's going to move forward a little bit. So if you're at 100 frames a second, this is getting called 100 times a second. If it was a static amount, you would go faster the higher frame rate. So you just multiply by the delta time, which is the time since the last update call, and then it's the same across it.
So this way I can just build a game or board, moving forward.
Yeah, so
I can put pictures on the side and I keep seeing different pictures.
yeah, so and then once I've got that, I just take this cardboard main, and I think, let's see which part actually rotates. It's the head. So here I'm just going to take the move forward script with cardboard main and just drop it right over, or you can just go in here and hit add component and type move forward, and then if I play, you'll see this this cardboard main thing is just going to start moving forward, and then if I
Transfer the parent forward, transfer that forward,
it's transform, yeah, yep,
forward, times the delta time delta time.
yep. So now what it's going to do is it's going to, instead of moving itself, it's going to move the parent, but it's going to use its own direction. That's why we use transform.
That way I'm gonna start walking that way.
Yep. There you go. And then you just, now you're moving in whatever direction. And if you want to add a speed control to that, what we can do is just go in and add a serialized field. And do a private flow speed and default to 1. And then we just multiply that right here times speed, and now the speed is adjustable. And to adjust the speed, since I added that serialized field attribute to the private field, when I go into the editor, now I have a speed value right here. I just go in and change this. So I make it 4 times faster. that change in code just start flying along. So there you go. Now you're super sick, right? And these are, you know, you just I can adjust it on the fly in the editor. If I make it negative, it's actually going to go backwards.
Jason, around for the
Y and negative to the positive. Middle top. Graphics card. And then change the rotation to positive. So now you got one on the bottom.
55 on now, okay, so this whole thing is like built. So like set up like I've got on the top or on the sides and pictures and stuff. So, yeah, they're all pictures of very cruises and new days and stuff like that. So what's next?
Yeah, just save your scene. Your editor crashed like apparently it never had a same scene. I just say it's gonna pop.
One of these.
You want to say, yeah, that's fine. You don't want to say it outside. And then just go to file. Go to build settings. Delete that one. Select it.
So this is
And then just hit add open scenes.
this is about as much Unreal.
You should start seeing pictures. The cardboard.
Get a card for those like that.
What I mean.
Is your button work?
See the pictures and stuff.
Yeah, see, oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Just do one of those.
Don't know anymore. Mine is a while. Since I got to buy.
Yeah. I waited until I got to
Yeah. But normally, yeah, of course.
All right, Jason. Well, thank you so much for your time. Very good. Awesome. Switch out this one picture.
So go to there's my favorite. Let's look for that. So you guys have one more
Picture, bro.
I assumed it would be kind of like to download on like Google, like, oh, you want to develop Android, like it is.
We talked about it. His theory is that he did sit there.
Red is their microphone. It's there. No.
There's definitely a lot of like that. And, what's that song? Project. Yeah, it was like project.
just like estimating based off of
What that project did was hurricane there. That one was
there was like
just waves, and you just got one gun and like a flashlight. It's the ball back.
Oh my god. Come on.
Seeing them way out there.
What?
Like just watching some people. Yeah, because it's scary.
and there are extrapolating based off.
Yeah.
So, good question. So like in a scene where I'm like building full game.
Yeah, well, I wanted to build a VR, like, you know, like, so have, like, so I have it where you can have multiple lives, you know, next to each other, so you know, battle, or, you know, co-op with, and sit there, have, people watch, cheer you on, or, you know, laughing at you.
And then when you
Yeah. But yeah, it's actually so.
that's like
Pretty much. To get everything else. Yeah, probably. Just get the money. You don't. Just the order, like the additional, like. I hope and come to some of this. I'm good with computers, but not like, you don't want to, you know, take it apart. Just, I mean,
you want that all in there if you want check
Took a lot of
So here's the question. Let's say I have an arcade over. What would be a reasonable price to choose for, let's say, 5-minute, just either demo or just yeah. So yeah, so like gaming or sorry, racing. So like a whole like you've got a race car seat, you know, the controller pedal machine, all that. At the same time, you can also one or two bucks. So you go up, your token, play till you die.
Just building the editor. 5% of the people that have problems get that's on literally 2 days to get your
Yeah. Okay. But so let's say the average round, whatever, 3 to 5, would $2 to $3 be reasonable. Okay, you can see by not too hard to get frustrated.
you know, there's
Yeah.
Is that Android one?
It's a great idea, though. I like it. Did you get anywhere? What did you
You're asking if it's pass through just for charging a little charging port around
The meetup's kind of like just like text sessions. One of the this system's cool. I wish my phone worked for it. It's like Android wasn't a new enough version. But I mean, it was definitely good.
This kind of set up 4 or 5. Like 4 or 5 right there. Build stuff.
You have
Yeah, because we went to the vision. Thank you. Yeah, you guys. I got my. No, they. You guys. You said that. Yeah. I ordered some, but I haven't had it. Yeah, bring that. You do have a little bit. What was it?
Did I get your
So it is a
Okay.
the one parts of it. We have like
Yeah,
like
like,
moisture, like it's gross. Like I did one meetup and you tried on the next day.
are you interested in freelance stuff?
yeah, I do it all.
Okay. Good.
Well, it's like a pretty bad fit, and I had a hard time getting it on. But now that it's
Yeah. Right, 'cause
That's easy to find out. So if it goes into that, what happens is it'll probably crash. But it's still open. So when I try to switch to it, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if the SDK,
there was an app where you
it's not
seems to be online. It's like not loaded on, but apparently this should work.
yeah. As far as you know, if it's a C++, it should
Override that.
sharp.
So I mean, I guess there's like two things.
Really?
How am I
The C++, just got
Just see if it runs when you plug it in with the headset on.
okay? Yeah. You guys are actually another plugs maybe? Charge or something?
oh, okay. It's one of the the new Intel ones.
That way you can
Okay.
have it charge it while you're but then it's gonna
Real sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like the ADB is not Android bus not behind here. So,
Okay. Because they have
all you do is
plugins for
type
that.
ADB logcat like that on the terminal, and then if it's on there,
It's alright.
wait for you to plug in the device in, and then we'll start like switching the logs.
Yeah.
You can try it cooler around with that cable.
So- well, no, the Wii is just tracking the speaker
or you're having
Controller.
Yeah.
So,
The
somebody
tracks.
for
get my hand
Then you still only have arms. There's actually some guys working on the ones with live. Yeah, still really so you need something yeah, you need something that's or multiple. I've done some Connect stuff, but it wasn't the most reliable. I feel like it wasn't on purpose. So like you're using it randomly, a leg just starts going off to the side based off. Yeah.
I'll let you walk out.
I have no idea what. It's almost empty.
The live streaming, very surprisingly, this has been totally finicky setup and all my testing. I've been live for 3 hours. It didn't crash once.
Did anybody watch live?
We had a peaked out at 6 viewers.
Alright.
We had some guy commenting that it was like all the glitches, so it was an acid trip. We figured out that it was actually his fault, not our fault. That's awesome. I know. I didn't know that you were gonna live stream it until like